Hey, I'm Sonny.
And I'm Danielle.
And welcome to Love versus the List.
No, why are you saying it like that?
Love versus the List.
Love versus the List. It's a title.
Saying it too fast.
But there's no comma in it. It's Love versus the List. That's it.
Anyway, our lives are always constantly run by lists, whether they're physical lists or just lists up there.
He's pointing to his brain. But yes, he's right. From dating deal breakers to icks, from relationship rules to why someone breathing so loudly gives you the absolute rage. There is always a list.
There really is. Welcome to our weekly podcast where we share our own lists and our own annoyances on each other. Honestly, I don't know what's going to go wrong here.
Just sounds like a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
But of course, we also want you guys to share your list with us. So please do get in touch.
Yeah, you might be single, married, or just confused.
Or just here to judge other people's red flags. No matter what it is, you're in the right place.
You really are. This is
Love versus
the list.
We'll get there.
Love versus the List.
Oh, that's okay. Now you're just taking the mic, aren't you?
Hello and welcome to Love versus the List. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're listening. Welcome back to another episode.
Hello. I've got my voice back. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to say like 85%. It might be a little bit croaky here and there, but on the whole, my voice is back. Apologies again for last week because, that must have been a hard listen.
Yeah,
Great episode, but
really
just...
dragged it out, didn't you? Really dragged out that illness.
No,
you?
it was one of those ones that just lingered. Like my energy was very depleted after last week's recording. I think I maybe pushed it a bit too far. I think I did a bit too much in the day.
Yeah.
But I was determined to like get all the things done that I was like, we already had planned. And then the following day I was like, Sonny, I'm done. I'm done for. I had to have a little lie down. And I feel like it's probably stalled my getting better.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm here. I've got a lot more energy and hopefully I'll be back to 100% soon. I'm taking my supplements now, aren't I?
You are.
Yeah.
You had one of those moments. Oh, they're not working. Clearly. You're right. Good. I'm glad they're working.
Yeah.
We had an amazing reaction to last week's episode.
Yeah.
If you missed last week, what are you doing? Go back and listen to it. But we did announce that we came up with this mad idea that we thought, well, it's not mad.
Yeah,
you don't have to be mad. You don't have to be mad to work here, but it helps.
I was going to say, you said that last week. You've got a crazy idea. Like, it's not crazy. We're doing a live show. We're doing a live recording of the podcast here in the podcast studio. There's nothing really like live or like wild or mad about that.
Yeah, but I feel like everything we do and come up with, it's always like, I feel like so just, oh, let's do this. All right, then, let's go. And then suddenly we're doing it. Is that just how life works?
Off the cuff, off the cusp, as I say. I once said off the cusp instead of off the cuff, and it's just stuck now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just one of those, spur of the moment ideas. And all of a sudden, to you, it's crazy. It's wild.
It's wild. It's hectic.
Yeah. Anyway, it's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening. The reaction was brilliant.
Yeah, we're looking forward to inviting you down and seeing some of your lovely faces here in the studio with us. There are actually still tickets available.
Well, at this precise moment
of
recording, there are still some tickets available. But by the time this goes out, they may have been gone. In a few days' time, they may have been gone. But at the moment, there are still some tickets available. So if you do want to come down, it is free. We are not asking for any money. We are just asking simply for your time.
Yeah.
And your good
we
energy.
Will provide beverages.
Oh, look, don't get it wrong. Like you're not just going to be like shoved in a corner and, you're going to have some bevies. We'll have chats at the end. Maybe not too many before because I feel like I need to get in the zone.
Oh.
Oh,
we've got different plans.
It's not going to be one of those like, don't make eye contact with Danielle before she records.
Oh, right. Fair enough.
Well,
we have got drinks. Producer Ricky has kindly offered to be in the buff as a waiter to serve serve all your alcohol needs. So even just coming for that would be just wonderful.
Yeah.
But I'm quite excited. I feel like we're, I always feel like sometimes prepping for something is the best part of the actual thing.
Oh, you're talking to the right person here.
Yeah, but like a party. Are you a party prepper? Do you like prepping parties?
Do you not remember Mia's first birthday party?
Yeah, but different.
Why?
Because it's like that was for a 1-year-old. I'm talking party.
Oh, okay, party.
Yeah.
No, I would say that I like to be able to fully enjoy the event, the night, the party, But in order to do that, I need to make sure that everything is like thoroughly prepped. I'm not let's just wing it. Let's just see what happens. Oh yeah, people will find cups. No, we need to make sure that there is enough for everyone and that every box is ticked off. So yeah, I think I'm a planner.
I would say you are very organised when it comes to party until the actual day, and then you become a flapper because there's not enough ice.
Right.
And rule 1 of organising a party, you need loads of ice, whether it's cold or hot outside. If it's hot, you need more ice.
I haven't even thought about ice for this though.
There you go.
I need to get ice.
We'll get ice. Wait, why are we getting ice?
Some beveraginos.
Yeah, we're having like wine, no? No one wants icy wine.
But how are you going to keep it chilled? The
We've
wine?
got a fridge.
How many bottles of wine can you fit in that fridge, Ricky?
I've never tried.
Yeah, all right, pal. Never tried. Yeah.
Okay, well,
I'd say 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, because if we have red as well, then obviously that doesn't need to.
7 or 8. What each? Come on, guys. No, we'll be fine. We'll have loads.
Yeah.
All good. But yeah, ice on a normal
Okay.
party, not in here.
No, okay.
It's not a party in here. This is a work event, Danielle. Okay?
You just brought up the conversation. And what sort of party planner are you? Are you more of a just like wing it, let's just like good vibes, or just the party will live off good vibes?
I'm
kind
more
guy?
of if there's enough alcohol there, it's just going to be fine. And ice. It's all going to be all right.
As long as you've got ice and
Music, vibes, alcohol, and ice. That's a perfect combination for a party.
okay, well, no music because we are going to be essentially the music of this party,
Yeah, but you'll
aren't
be
we?
singing at some point.
Right?
Yeah,
we're
that's
not there
right.
yet, are we?
Let's get the housekeeping out of the way first, and then we'll get to that. Don't forget, you can email us loveversusthelist@gmail.com. You can also give us a 5 stars if you fancy. That'd be lovely.
And ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Yeah, Danielle's ringing a bell. You can actually hit the bell button, which means you'll get notifications every single week as soon as an episode comes out, which apparently is more valuable than a 5-star nowadays.
What? Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. No, I'm just telling you.
Yeah, press that bell, get the notification. But when that notification comes on your phone, don't do like clear or swipe up. Like actually tap and listen.
Good.
Because that's what it's intended for.
Yeah. Now, should we go back to the singing?
Pit and peak of the week. That was much better than
That
last
was good.
week's.
Yeah.
Wasn't
I was
it?
actually quite impressed with last week's one
Ricky
because you
wasn't.
were real. Ricky wasn't, yeah.
He said last week's was rubbish.
I mean, he does have to edit it. Poor sod. How's your week been? Go on.
So my peak was that I got my roots done. And anyone that has grey roots will understand the bane of you get them done and then you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then it feels like about 36 minutes later, you need them redoing, but you try and drag it out and drag it out. And I try and go about 6 to 8 weeks before getting my roots redone. I really push it. I'm using that root spray. Like it is really putting in work. And I got my roots done. I had a little freshen up of the hair. Also, this was when I wasn't feeling too great either. I was feeling obviously ill last week. And I just think actually it's just what I needed. And it's given me a new lease of life. And it's just made me feel really great. So that has been my peak of the week. I have been ill. So finding a peak was a little
Have
bit
you been
tricky.
ill?
I haven't mentioned it.
No.
But if you didn't know, I've been a little bit ill. And actually me getting my roots done has been my peak.
I was going to say there was a moment last week where I was like, well, if she's well enough to go get her roots done, well, ...
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you saw me before. I had to drag myself to that appointment.
Yeah, you did.
But I was so determined to get them done because also, like, I go to Aveda, they get booked up, right? Those appointments are hard to come by. So when I managed to nab one, and it's quite a long appointment, obviously, colour,
Yeah.
I'm not forfeiting or missing it for anything. So by hook or by crook, I was there, got my roots done. That was my peak of the week.
Pit.
My pit was that at the moment, for some reason, I didn't know this was a thing, but there is a 2-year sleep regression that happens. And we are in the thick of it with our not even 2-year-old yet,
Yeah.
to the point where we might have mentioned this last week. That's how long it's kind of been going on for, at least a week. We've been bringing her into our bed. And last night, she was in our bed, you were at work, and I was just like, I'm here, darling, like, let's go to sleep, let's go to sleep. And she does this really cute thing where she kind of wants to obviously like cuddle up close to you. But she also, as anyone that's experienced sleeping toddlers will know, like thrashes around a lot in her sleep. And she was obviously trying to get comfortable, like thrashed her head and clipped me right on the eyebrow bone. She headbutted me so hard. If she hadn't been my child and she'd been a grown adult that had done that, I would have punched them in the face of how much it hurt me.
Would you?
I probably would have given him a big old thud, yeah.
Really?
If that was you, I would have
Well, I
walloped
wouldn't
you.
headbutt you.
No, but like...
Look at me. I wear a pink tank top today.
Yeah, okay. Fluffy pinks on. Because I wore pink last week, isn't it?
Yeah.
But no, oh God, she caught me right on the eyebrow bone. And I think she realised how much she hurt me because I was then like, and I like held my head really hard. Obviously, I'm still trying to get her to go to sleep, so I don't want to make a commotion. She then starts crying, but it wasn't one of those like, oh, I'm in pain. I think she was crying because she knew she hurt me. It was more like a whinge and a moan. And I was in so much pain. I actually do think it's a little bit bruised. Like this morning when I was putting my makeup on, doing my eyebrows, it felt a little bit tender.
Yeah.
So 1, we're in a sleep regression, and 2, I've been injured because of it, but whilst trying to help.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. It's been a tough week. There is certain moments when you have a child, and I feel like it started. You know, when you first have a baby, you're surviving, right? You survive, and then we got in a really good routine with her. She was sleeping well, and we were like, "Oh, this is like a unicorn child. We've got a unicorn. We've got a little baby unicorn."
Yeah.
And now unicorn lost its horn. It completely lost its horn, and this week has been so. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. And I know you're tired. I'm tired. She's probably tired.
Who's more tired? That's competition, isn't it? But who's more tired?
Well,
any guy knows he can never, ever be more tired than the woman.
Well, my pit would be the fact that I'm so tired. I haven't told you this yet. But on the nursery run this morning.
Go on, what?
On the nursery run, basically, I've just had a Red Bull before this, so I'm going to be up and down. So you strap yourselves in, everyone. But on the nursery run this morning, I was so tired, right? You know, I said there was new temporary traffic lights down that road.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, temporary traffic lights. Obviously a bit of traffic because, you know, the temporary traffic lights. And I was sat there and I saw a couple of cars go around me. And I'm like, why is everyone just breaking these traffic light rules? Like, what the hell is going on? It turned out I was so tired. I wasn't stuck in traffic. I was sat behind a parked car. I was sat behind a parked car and I thought no one was obeying this road rule. That I thought, oh, maybe they're just going ahead to turn left or something. When they weren't, they were actually just like, this guy's an idiot and he's sat behind a parked car.
Did the car have lights on? Like, was it brakes light? Were its brake lights on?
No one was in it.
It was fully off.
It was fully off.
And
it
you
was
were
fully
just sat
parked,
behind
and
it.
Danielle, I was sat behind it. I was, and I was just saw that all these other cars go past, and I'm like, what the hell are these guys doing? Like, there's road etiquette here. Maybe they're just pulling in front so they can turn left because obviously the temporary traffic lights. No, I was just sat behind a parked car.
Well, do you know what? That is actually better because I thought when you said I was so tired on the nursery, I thought you were going to say I had a little sleep in the car. But actually, I'll take that. I mean, it's still very clumsy and very stupid, but I'll take that. Okay, well.
Yeah. Having said that, on the day of recording, last couple of days, the weather. I need to discuss the weather.
Yeah.
It has been just everything we've needed.
Glorious.
I hate having to talk about the weather in Pet and Pig, but it's the only thing sometimes that I can actually go, this makes me feel glorious. I was standing at the train platform
You were, I was going to say.
And I was being a filthy basker, wasn't I? I was standing there and I just closed my eyes and that sunshine was just hitting me through my eyelids.
Yeah.
And it just makes me feel good.
That, and you found your song of the summer as well, haven't you?
Have I found my song of the summer?
Haven't you?
I always have a song of the summer. I know it's not even summer yet. We're only in spring.
But we're creeping in.
We're creeping there.
And you found it.
I found it.
That's quite a big statement when we're not even really in spring yet to say you found your song of the summer.
Yeah.
Like, you think no other song? Surely Calvin Harris is going to drop a banger.
He probably will.
But the bar is high.
I always think if you're a DJ, any DJs that listen to this, Calvin, if you need any advice, I reckon you release a song early spring to become a song for the summer.
Get in early
Don't
doors.
wait till summer and everyone's had all their beer garden weather.
You're right, because no one will listen to Calvin. If he releases in June, no one's going to listen.
That's right. All those Ushuaia sellouts, they won't even bother going.
No.
No. God, those supplements. Which ones are they? Just so that you can sort of advertise them, how good they are.
Well, blame the woman in Holland and Barrett. She recommended them
Don't
to
say
me.
that. Say that back. I'm doing a job with them soon. I like H&B. They're good. I love them. Okay. Should we get into our list?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, do you want to go first, the way that you said that?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
So the other week we were at your mum's
All
house.
right, hang on. Do you want a second to think about it?
No.
Okay.
The other week we were at your mum's house.
Yeah.
I had to go upstairs and do something, and Mia was just there playing in front of us. And obviously, your mum's house, as my mum's house, also they're not baby proof, they're not child proof. We've got none of those things on the corners of tables to protect the head. We've got no stair gates there. We don't need them. We're not there enough.
I know what you're going to say, and I think this is an unfair one to come at me.
I
for.
don't think it
But
is.
okay, carry on.
I think when child safety is compromised, I don't think it's unfair.
Okay.
So I think you need to pipe down. Okay. Okay.
Go on.
I said to you, and we always tag team with me, and I said, I have to go upstairs and do this thing, which was actually build her cot because she was going to nap there, which she ended up not napping because sleep regression, she doesn't care. But I was like, I have to go upstairs and build her cot. Just so you know, I've gone, can you keep eyes on Mia? You're there, your mum's there. Just sometimes when she wanders into another room, you just assume there's an adult in there that's going to watch her. And I was letting you know that I was not going to be anywhere in sight. So if she goes out of your sight, she's not in my sight. You were like, fine, yep, cool, all right. I'm upstairs, I'm building this cot. Then I can hear what sounds like heavy breathing, in the hallway. And I'm like, who is that? It's not the dogs. Who is that? I go outside. I can hear you yapping downstairs to your mum. You're having a lovely little natter. And I go outside and I see our daughter. She has climbed halfway up the stairs. Bear in mind, the way your mum's stairs are, for the first 5 or 6 stairs, there is no banister and there is just an open death drop. And she had climbed, luckily, past that bit and was going around the corner. And she'd taken a little minute to sit down and have a little breather. But by then, she was pretty much near the top of the stairs. I came
Definitely
outside.
my child needed a breather halfway up the stairs.
I came outside the room that I was doing stuff in and was like, oh my God, Mia, what are you doing halfway up the stairs? No. Obviously got her, carried her safely downstairs. Sonny, I just saw Mia halfway up the stairs.
Okay.
You were, in that moment, you were responsible for her.
Okay. All right. Fine. Firstly, bringing this up on the podcast is outrageous because if NSPCC are listening, I am a good father.
You are an incredible, but that's why I was so shocked.
And another thing is, what you failed to mention was the fact that you've made that sound like I was downstairs with my trotters up watching the TV. That's what you've made it sound.
I didn't say that.
No. Well, you didn't say anything. You didn't give it any context, did you?
Well,
So
go
what
on,
you've
give
done
it
there is just made it
context.
sound like I was doing nothing.
Give it context.
So the context of it is that I said to you and my mum that I would cook you breakfast, right?
Lovely.
So I was slaving away in the kitchen.
No, I think the Arga was doing the most work. Was actually doing no work.
Oh, God. My mum's got an Arga at home. Kids,
They
if you're
look
listening,
lovely.
they're an old oven. They're just get an electric oven if you've got an Arga.
Holding a lighter underneath the sausage.
Honestly, back in the day, and it makes sense. You know, when people say, oh, I'm coming over, put the kettle on. That's because everyone had an Arga and it takes about fucking half an hour to just boil the kettle.
Let alone cook some sausages and bacon.
Oh my goodness. Honestly, it took forever. I put these sausages in the Arga. I might as well have just put them outside in the sun.
Okay, so what is your point then? Because actually...
My point was is that you failed to say what I was actually doing. So I was cooking you and my mum and myself, a nice brunch breakfast.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was sort of preoccupied anyway. Yes, I should have probably gone, oh, where's Mia? What's she up to? You know what my mum's like? She was chatting away. I was in hope that my mum had an eye on her. I had an eye on her. My mum's partner had an eye on her. It didn't happen. I fully get. But what you insinuated was that I was just doing nothing, and I was like, oh, she'll be all right. And then she was just going up the stairs.
Okay.
I was actually slaving away.
Okay, I'll rephrase it then. Sonny was very wonderfully cooking me brunch. I vocalised to him that I would be out of sight and wouldn't be able to watch Mia. Instead of him saying, okay, well, I'm actually in the middle of doing something right now, so could you please do that later? He said, yes, darling, of course, probably just to shut me up and get me out of the way. What he could have also done is said to his mum, oh, mum, actually, I need to do this. Can you keep an eye on me? Like, just transfer the responsibility because she's so little. We need to know that someone has eyes on her, especially when we're at a place where it's not childproofed.
I would never say anything just to shut you up and get you out of the way. But you're right.
You're a dick. You're a dick, but I'll take it. I am. Yeah. So that's my list.
Yeah.
Basically, it was also very unlike you to allow something like that to happen because you are very on it when it comes to her and safety and everything.
Yeah. I was just trying to chef at the same time. Do you know what I mean? I can't do it all. Can't do it all.
I could.
My list this week is something that could you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Go on.
Something happened to me this week. It's affected the house. And it actually happened to me because of you. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I can't ever possibly imagine what I would ever be able to do that would affect you that badly.
So basically, the nicest way of saying this is you just mess with my shit, right? I have these things in my head that I do, and they just make my life easier. Okay, you come
just your
along,
life easier.
just my life, because there's reasons that I need these things to be there,
Okay.
so that it makes my life easier.
Okay.
I broke a key in the keyhole this week, so I still have half a key sitting in a barrel, and I had the other half of the key in my hands. Now, this is our back door key.
Yeah.
And normally I leave the back door key in because it's actually quite hard to get in and out of the barrel. So I just leave it in there so that when I need to take the food bin out the back garden, I can easily just turn the key, open the door, put the food bin out the garden, whatever, come back in, lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
You come along, you're like, we need to move the key, right?
Why? Why did I say that? Go on.
Well,
give context if you're going to say
I will give
it.
context,
Give context.
and the context makes it worse. So your reason is that you saw a video on what, TikTok? Was it?
Well, I've seen a few on
You've
several
seen a few
platforms
videos.
of people getting broken into. Our back door is what I think a lot of people's back door has got like a pane of glass in it.
Yeah.
And people smash through the glass. The key is already in the lock. So they unlock the door and just let themselves in.
But listen to what you're saying.
If there is no
Listen
key,
to what you're saying.
If there is no key in the barrel,
Then they're still smashing the glass.
they've smashed the glass, but they've got to climb through.
Oh, goodness. I tell you what.
And they've also got to smash all of the glass because it's a big
What do you reckon
pane.
they're jockeys that are coming to break in houses and can't hurdle over a door? What is wrong with it?
But they can't be so quiet about it. I'm going to hear that.
They're smashing the glass. If anything, jumping through the glass would make more noise. Your point is that they'll smash through the glass to then turn the key to open them and let themselves in.
And they'll be able to creep in.
They've already smashed through the glass,
But they only have to
Danielle.
smash a tiny bit for their hand to get through. Otherwise, they've got to smash it all to get their body through.
Have you ever smashed glass before?
No.
Do you think you can just take a little corner out of a piece of glass?
Well, no, hang on. In some of the films, they use that like, what's it called? What's the thing where you draw a circle? Protractor. No, what's the other one? Compass. Compass, and they just draw a perfect circle in the glass. Like if they're stealing diamonds from the Louvre or something.
Okay.
I wasn't the robber, by the way, at the Louvre, but I just imagine that's how it happened.
Yeah.
They get one of those contraptions and it just cuts a perfect circle.
That's a different podcast.
It
That's
actually-
Louvre versus the list, that one.
It actually happens in, I think, Shrek 3. Puss in Boots uses his claw and he draws a perfect circle to get the potion out.
Okay.
I believe that they can do that, and then they put their hand in, they unlock, and then they just let themselves in. Also, what they're kind of doing is they're like, I'm going to break into your house, but I'm going to make sure that you don't have glass shattered everywhere.
Right. And you think they'll clean
They're
up on the
being
way out? do you?
considerate. Whereas this way, they'd have to smash all the glass, which would obviously make lots of noise, lots of mess.
Can you hear yourself? Can you actually
You're
hear
just
yourself?
annoyed that you broke the key.
Yeah, but
And
I'm
that- for
annoyed
some-
that
for
you
some
took
reason
the key
that's-
out and then I tried to put it back in, which I always leave it in there because I know it's a hard key to keep putting back in, and it wouldn't go back in and it snapped in my hand.
So hang
That's
on.
your fault.
No, so maybe the issue is actually with the key and the keyhole, and you need to take it up with the manufacturer of the keyhole because no key should be that hard to put in a hole. Don't.
I've never had a problem with it before.
Well, you're going to have a problem now.
Didn't think it would snap. Oh, God.
Better that than it being bent.
Oh. Can't say that anymore.
Are you quite done?
Oh. Yeah. Still in there though, isn't it?
What?
The
Whose fault is
key.
that? And do you know what? I said to you, so what do we need a locksmith? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
My mate might be able to fix it. Okay,
Yeah.
well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you now, that key will be stuck in that barrel until Christmas if we're waiting for Sonny to sort it out.
Like Santa Claus comes and gets it out.
A bit like we were waiting about 3 months, 6 months for the banisters to be painted.
Yeah, and just on that, by the way, just on that, because I know that you like to bring stuff like that up. Oh, let's see how long. We'll mention it on the podcast and let's see how long it takes. How long did it take after mentioning it? Less than a week. The next episode, we had painted banisters.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. But what else have we got now?
You failed to mention that, didn't you?
Well, what have we now been left with? As a result of you painting the banisters so wonderfully, we've now got black marks that are just going to stay there that you need to paint over with the white paint. So there's always the next thing.
There's always stuff for me to do, isn't there?
There's always something.
There's always something.
Yeah,
Do you know
apparently
what?
I mess with your shit.
I'm going to start.
You mess with my house.
Okay.
Get the house done.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Sort your key out. Sort your banisters out.
I sort you out.
Yeah?
I whispered in Mia's ear last night. Give her a headbutt for me, won't you? Do me a favour. Give her a headbutt. Should we go to emails?
Yeah, fine.
We've had an email in this is from Tash. It says, hello, Danielle and Sonny. Quick one for you both. I don't know if you've seen the video of the dad who took his little girl into the women's toilets because he didn't feel comfortable in the men's.
I have seen this video.
Yeah, same. Sonny, as a girl dad to Mia, would you do the same in that situation? And Danielle, how would you feel about it from the other side? It feels like one of those tricky no right answer situations. Love the pod. Tash.
Okay, so to give context, God, this episode's all about giving context, isn't it? The video is of a girl dad, explaining that he needed to take his daughter to the bathroom. He would normally take her into the women's bathroom and he would always announce before, he's like, hey, guys, just a heads up, I'm a dad, but my daughter needs the bathroom. I'm going to come in and use the women's bathroom. And he was basically putting it out there. Should I take her into the men's bathroom, or is it okay for me as a man to take my daughter into the women's bathroom because I feel like she will be more comfortable and it may be a better environment for her to be in? And there were thousands of comments on this.
Yeah. So he obviously popped his head in beforehand to say, is anyone in here? I'm a male. I'm coming in with my daughter. No one was in there.
No.
He was then in there, obviously in the cubicle with his daughter, and someone walked in and he said, so you know, he popped his head back out and said, just so you know, I'm a male. I'm in here with my daughter.
Yes.
Yeah. I have seen this video.
Okay. And what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I totally get it. I totally get it. Like the fact that this guy's gone in, he said, you know, I'm a male. If anyone's walked in, I just don't know what I would do in that situation. I would probably not go into the women's toilets, which is mental because I've seen all the comments of how welcoming women are to bring, you know, your daughter in. I just, in the back of my head, will always be like, there will always be one person that would have an issue with it.
Yeah.
And for the sake of being uncomfortable for something that's like 2 minutes to just go to the toilet and, do you know what I mean?
I do totally understand. And I actually think
I would feel uncomfortable going into a women's toilet.
And that would have been my first thought until I read some of these comments. And now I'm kind of thinking, oh, have I been really easily swayed just by comments? Like, am I that sort of person that can be easily swayed? But when I've kind of positioned it in my head as to, so your focus is that you would make someone else feel uncomfortable or that you would feel uncomfortable, which you are technically then putting those two as a priority above whether your daughter would feel uncomfortable. For me, it would always be what would make Mia feel the most comfortable, and putting her in a situation, you know, look, first of all, I think probably just for hygiene reasons, men's toilets are probably just a little bit more gross than women's.
They're awful. They're abysmal.
I've never been in the men's toilets, but I know that you have like urinals and everything is just kind of a little bit more exposed. Obviously, you would take her into a cubicle, but there could be men obviously stood at the urinals and, you know, there are just certain things or that you just don't want to expose your daughter to. So from that point of view, I'd say, yes, it may make one stranger that you don't know feel uncomfortable and it may make you feel uncomfortable, but surely the comfort and the protection of your own child would always trump. Like if I have to do something that makes me feel uncomfortable to ensure that my daughter, my child feels more comfortable, I'm an adult, I have to suck that up and I have to deal with that. Like,
Yeah.
and if I'm doing something so that I don't offend Jane, when actually I know that my whole reason for doing it, it's not to purposefully make Jane feel uncomfortable. It's so that my child, like, I'm sorry that you feel like that, but she will always win over you. Like,
Yeah,
my
but
daughter will always win in terms of making her feel more comfortable over you. Now, you are probably thinking it won't just be one, it could be one or two or three,
well,
and then
no,
like a gang up
no,
situation.
no. What I was thinking is that if anyone was to say, like, this is as a male speaking,
Mm.
if anyone was to say, "Oh, he said this to me while I was in the toilet," and I haven't got anyone there to defend that I haven't said that,
Yeah.
I would. Then it's my word against their. I would never want to put myself in a position where someone could say, "Do you know what I mean?" And
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
just me
you've got to
thinking.
be really, really unfortunate
Of
to
course
come
you do.
across that
But
that
people are,
one person
and
that's
people
going to
are.
make that up, when actually you would like to think that they would see you are solely and wholeheartedly just trying to do something to benefit your daughter.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, okay, on the flip side, would you say then that what would I, if we had a son,
Yeah.
what would I do? Because the comments on this as well were people saying, and your son, bring your son in if you need to. Not for a dad, I think obviously a dad, but like, a woman, I would bring my son into the women's toilet
Yeah.
rather than me go into
Well, of
the men's.
course.
But that's again to protect me from the men. That's actually to protect the adult from the men. That's not even to protect the child.
Yeah. I
That's
think
because men are just, I am generalising, I am stereotyping, men are just gross.
with that's why taking your daughter into the women's toilets is better because
Yeah.
men don't use toilets properly. The amount of times I think about it, I go into a man's cubicle, and I know we've discussed all this before. Piss on the seat, piss on the floor.
Yeah.
I've genuinely, this sounds awful. I've been to cubicles before. There's been shit on the wall,
Oh.
and I'm like, who's done this? Who has
Oh.
done this? Like, it's mental. It's like, no wonder why men want to take their daughters into women's toilets.
But you
no
still
wonder.
said that you would still take Mia into that. You would take her into those toilets then?
I said I would question whether I would want to take him into the women's toilets just purely because of how it could backfire on me. But
So your only other
I
option is to
personally
take
would
her
like
into
to.
a cubicle that's got poo on the wall.
No, I personally would like to take my daughter into a women's toilets because I know they're more hygienic and they're cleaner, and women use them, and women actually clearly know how to use toilets better than men do. But what I'm saying is, I would always question whether that's the right thing for me to do, just because out of fear of how people would sort of perceive a male being in a woman's toilet, or I don't know,
Yeah.
anything else that would bad to happen. Someone said, "Oh, he said this to me," or "He shouldn't be in there," and making a thing about a guy being in a woman's toilet.
Yeah, look, I do get what you're saying, and I think guys actually like, decent guys, which are most guys, there's always that element of fear of like being accused of something that you haven't done all
Mm.
throughout your life, right? I think there's different stages of malehood that you kind of come across that. But I still just argue that whatever's going to make
Yeah.
my daughter the most comfortable
Well,
is
now
what
I
I'll
know.
do.
Now I
Yeah.
know.
I also think maybe it's more American thing. I don't know. I've never experienced that over here,
But well,
but I have spoken to my brother-in-law about it. So obviously my nieces are 3 and 7,
yeah.
and I've spoken to him about it. And because I was like, oh, at what age do you let your child go into the toilet by themselves? And he said, not yet. Apparently, it's from the age of 8. You are technically like, if you, for example, go swimming with your child from the age of 8, they should go in. If you've got if I had a son, they should go in the men's and I should go in the women's, and then we meet around technically from the age of 8. I personally think that's a little too young.
Yeah.
But apparently that is like the right age. So from the age of 8, you would send your son or your daughter into their own respective toilets. You would wait outside and then you'd come out. But actually, when I had a chat with him about it, my brother-in-law, he was like, nah, I'm not doing that yet. Like he would say he'd always opt for the disabled toilet,
Yeah.
which
well,
I think a lot
that's-
of people do. But then at the same time, then obviously you're taking it away from someone disabled that might need the toilet at
I
that
know,
time.
yeah.
But it's the same as there's baby change often in the disabled toilet.
Well, pretty much always.
Yeah.
Baby
So,
changing disabled.
and I've then, if I've taken Mia in to change her, if I've then also needed the bathroom as well, I would use that
That makes
bathroom
sense.
because we're in the one cubicle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do think it is tricky, but I will always just do whatever I think is right for my child. And I'm sorry if that offends anyone, but my most important thing is making sure that my child is most comfortable.
Yeah.
And if you have to sit in a little bit of discomfort for that, well, that's your problem.
Fair. Should we do another quick one?
Yeah.
Okay. This is from Anon.
Oh, it's going to be juicy.
Well, we'll see. It says, "Hey guys, I feel a bit guilty even admitting this, but one of my close friends has recently got some really exciting things happening in her life. A new job, new relationship, everything seems to be going her way. I'm really, really happy for her, but I've just noticed myself feeling a little bit comparing. And I'm comparing my life to hers as we grew up together. It's made me feel a little bit behind, like I should be doing more and achieving more. And I hate that I'm feeling like that because she's actually doing nothing wrong. I don't want it to turn into resentment or affect our relationship, but I don't know how to switch that feeling off. Have you both ever experienced this before?"
I think it's really normal to feel like this, especially as you grow up and people are hitting like milestones that you think you should, or maybe you want to hit. So I
Yeah.
think, first of all, just acknowledging that actually these feelings are very normal. I don't know, part of me would say, like, maybe talk to her about it.
What, and say, "Oh, this is great news, but I feel like this"? Surely
But-
not.
Surely
Surely
not. Well,
not.
what would you suggest then? Go on.
I would suggest it's finding what it is that makes you feel behind. You're comparing yourself to, so that just means surely that you're unhappy in, if it's a relationship
Yeah.
and maybe you're not in one, why are you not in one? Should you be doing more to, maybe, if that's what you want? Same with
Yeah.
a job. Are you in a job and if you've seen her get a promotion or something, you're thinking, actually, maybe I'm not in a job that makes me happy. I don't know if
Yeah.
sharing it because she's going through something good to then sort of take it away from her.
No. I don't think you should take it away from her. But so if I put myself in the position of the girl who has had the good things happen to her, I have a choice of either my friend kind of pulling back from me and I don't know why, or actually saying, I am so happy for you. Please understand I'm happy for you. I can't help but obviously reflect on my own life and it's just making me notice some gaps and some things in my life. I would much rather that. And then I would at least be able to kind of sit with it and go, I really, really respect her honesty. I know she's happy for me, but actually now how can I help her through this in whatever way? How can I support her? Because it's not nice feeling like that. I would always rather that. I'd always rather my friend come and talk to me about it and say, like, actually, this is how I'm feeling, because at least then a problem shared is a problem halved, rather than her just try and kind of deal with it herself and then end up resenting me, pulling away from me, and then our relationship and our friendship being affected. It doesn't need to be affected. I'm unaware. I don't want to be unaware of what you're my friend.
Yeah.
I want to know it. It doesn't mean that I'm going to think you're not happy for me, because any real friend would be like, I know you're happy for me, but I also can totally understand why maybe it's making you feel like that because you also long for those things. It's a bit like with the whole fertility thing. Someone's trying really hard to get pregnant and then the other friend gets pregnant. That friend is no less happy for them, but it's going to highlight their upset and sadness. And so the pregnant friend will always be a little, they'll be more aware and more accommodating. And that's my personal opinion. I think maybe voice it, but with not in a way where you're trying to take away their happiness or be like, I'm not happy for you. You are happy for them, but it's okay for the two to exist at the same time. You're allowed to be happy for your friend while still having these feelings. And actually, if anything, I think your friend could be able to support you through it.
That's nice.
That's my opinion anyway, but
That's nice.
.
Hopefully that helps, Anon.
Yeah,
Hopefully
sorry you
it
feel like
helps.
that, Anon.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll all work out in the end.
Yeah. Please do email us if you have any stories, anything you want to tell us. loveversuslist@gmail.com.
What else can they do?
You can slide into our DMs on Instagram at loveversuslist. And you can watch us on YouTube every Friday. You can watch us on YouTube if you want to do a little bit of long form YouTube content. Do you know, actually, I was looking at our analytics insights. I might have said this already.
Go on.
A lot of people watch our YouTube episodes on the TV.
Really?
Yeah, on the TV. They stream it on their TV.
4K?
So, yeah, oh yeah. This boat race in 4K. What more could you want?
What more could you want? Don't forget, you can press the bell button as well, which means you'll get a notification every time we have an episode out, or press the follow button, which does the same.
And tickets. Is that what you were about to say?
I was just about to say.
Sorry.
Go.
Really. Tickets. Get your tickets to come and watch Love versus the List live in this here very studio. Friday, April 10th in the evening in East London. We would love to have you here. We would love to celebrate what this podcast has grown into in just a short, 6 months?
Yeah, the ticket link is available in the description of the podcast. Also, if you head to our Instagram, there is a little link there, and it's the top of the Comey page. So,
Oh yeah, go on the Comey page. Get everything. You can see our TikToks, you can see our Instagram, you can see our episodes, you can watch the YouTube, you can get your tickets, you just get it all. It's all there.
and hopefully you'll be sitting here with a glass of wine in your hand watching us live. Hopefully that is the case. And we'll see you very soon. We'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.